Well, so let's jump right into it. How was everyone's weekend?
Well,
Are you going to say the introduction?
No, weren't we just going to
we're
say?
not going to do introduction.
We're not
Just
gonna-
let's go right to market.
We're already filming.
Huh?
We're already filming.
I mean, it just adds into how cool Vienna is. We got the Halloween parade. They do something every other weekend, by the way.
Yeah.
We're driving through and we're like, how cool
Always
is
something.
Vienna? So a couple weekends ago, we had the
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest, which was awesome. And then the week after that, it was Halloween on the Green with all the kids. And then the Vienna Volunteer Fire Department was open.
Let's talk about
donated.
football
Yeah.
at Watersfield. It was
And
cool.
football was going. So, I mean,
Yeah.
the town is constantly doing things where you're like, damn, I'm tired. Can you guys calm down each weekend? So, you live in Vienna. Well, you don't. You come
Always
back
something to do. Well, she
But
lives in
there's cool
Percival,
things
which
to
is
do
cool
out
as
there.
shit,
Where's
too.
that
yeah.
one that I want to go to? Like a Cox's? What's it called?
Great Country Farm.
Yeah,
it's
that
cool.
one's
Yeah.
fun. I want
Especially
to
this
There's
time of
just
year.
breweries and wineries and pumpkin patches and hay rides and all sorts of stuff. They've got.
Sound a little more excited.
No.
And pumpkins.
Perfect for fall time.
Well, when you've
rides,
been to the pumpkin patch with all the
breweries.
kids every year,
Kelly's like,
I'm kind of like, do we need to go to the pumpkin patch? Can we just go in and get the donuts and the cider and like cut all the other stuff? I'll buy you a pumpkin from
See,
Giant.
that's exactly what Colby.
Yes.
Colby's like, we'll take him to the pumpkin patch.
We'll get our
And then
pictures.
we get our pictures, and then go get giant
At
pumpkins.
Giant,
I'm like,
I'm gonna
$5.
get a pumpkin this big.
I gotta have my
$5
kids
remember
Yes,
Yeah.
$7.
Yeah.
You want to buy that pumpkin at the pumpkin patch?
Yeah.
It's like $45.
Thank
I'm
you.
not paying $45
Thank you.
for the pumpkin at the pumpkin patch.
She calls
I'll
me
go.
cheap.
I mean, let's be real. We go in for the donuts,
Yeah.
the picture,
Yep.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Don't
well,
you guys have hay rides and
Oh
stuff?
yeah, but you've been on one hayride, you've been on them all. Like I just want
Kelly, I would have pictured that to be the only ride you like. You don't like roller coasters, hay rides, right up your alley. You're like, ooh, this is fun.
They do
Going a
have
little fast up
Are
there.
the seatbelts on this? Can we get to the market?
All right, now we can get to the market. Go for it. Let's talk
Well,
about
no,
that.
you read me something from somebody, some
It was
realtor.
keeping current. No, it was keeping current matters, and
Right.
it was saying something about the projected sales.
Right.
You know, of
So,
2025.
Realtors will
2026.
grab something and send it out to everybody, and that just shows me they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They send out national stats. Well, first of all, real estate has nothing to do with national stats. It's local. You know, you got to look by the county, by the town, and not only by the town, but there are certain sections of the town price ranges that have different markets. For example, like big homes went up 15% last year. Medium homes went up 1%, and small homes went up 14%. So which market are you talking about?
And then there's new construction.
Yeah. Well, but they say, well, how's the market? Well, which market are you talking about? And then the fact is that some markets are great for buyers, and some markets are great for sellers. So if there's 10 homes and 2 are under contract, it's a buyer's market. Great market for a buyer. And if there's 8 homes on the market, it's a great market for the seller. So the question is, who are you talking about? Is it a great buyer's market or seller's market? And which markets are you talking about? So let me just put this in perspective. Realtors are 3 things. Realtors are analysts. They have to analyze the market conditions, pricing, and all that. They're marketing. They have to prepare homes and market homes and get them to the biggest market possible. And then they need to negotiate. They're negotiators. So they're analysts, marketers, and negotiators. Those are 3 main jobs. And so you got to pick apart each one. That's the analyst side of it. But for somebody like that, if you're going to leave the analyzing of the market to national figures, what are you doing?
Well, that's what we see most of. I
Yeah.
mean, any realtor that you see on Instagram or whatnot, you just see them sharing articles from some big
National
news,
stats.
Well,
source
I-
where
I get that.
you analyze everything and everything that we kind of put out
You
into the
authenticate it.
world. You authenticate the
That-
data.
There you
Very
go.
good, Kelly. You're right. I have taught
Kelly,
you
where did
well.
you hear that? That's so weird.
You authenticate.
We're authenticating.
So if you're looking at market conditions, tell me about the inventory, the buyer pool, the area in which I'm selling, my buyer's market, my seller's market. You know, if the inventory is going up, and you know, you've got to analyze all of that, because if we're wrong, we lose money, our clients lose money. So, for example, you had a house, it was somewhere between 1.75, 1.8. We tried 1.8, didn't work. Okay, so let's launch and go live at 1.75. Boom, 1.75. The next one, next weekend, we tried 1.75 and tested it. Wasn't there. Go to 1.7. Boom, 1.7. Right. So you've got to hit these on the nut. You guys had one. We couldn't test it, could we?
Couldn't test it. Lower notes.
Yeah.
We couldn't test it.
Nope.
So we couldn't take a chance. Couldn't try 1.8 and move back to 1.75
Why couldn't you test it?
because
They'd
it was
already been on the
withdrawing.
market. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'd already been on the market. So we withdrew the house. We took it over.
Little
and-
cosmetic work.
Right. You guys prepared
Small,
it nice. Well, to be honest with you, that was a house where you look at it and go, what's wrong with this house? The living room is dark.
Yep.
They had no lighting.
No recessed lighting. Dark paint.
Right.
Yep.
So we lightened up the paint, put in new lighting,
Front walk. The
put in a front
was-
walk because that looked not appropriate.
Yep.
So we get all this stuff ready and we launch it, but we couldn't test. We had to launch it at 1.75. And I said it could be 1.8 plus.
The safe number because
Right.
Big buyer.
So
Yeah.
we launched it at a safe number. That one, what did we finish up at?
183 closes on the 24th.
183.
Yep.
So if you're wrong or low, then they'll bid it up to where it should be.
Yeah.
You know, but they couldn't afford to have it sit on the market and sit on the market and sit on the market.
Couldn't make the same mistake.
and just
Yeah.
that 50 grand where if you would have put it on for 1.8 or we would have put it on for 1.8 and then no one came.
Right.
I mean, instead of you getting 80 grand above, we could have been in that spiral chasing the market now, knowing that we missed it, and then going to have to drop to 1.75.
Never
Everyone
lucky
sees that
with
it's
that.
been on again now, and so it could just turn into a nightmare.
So let's roll back to the three things we have to be. We have to analyze, we have to market, and we have to negotiate. And I want to get to Kelly's negotiation last week, which is important. So on that one, we know the market's a little soft. We know it's worth 1.8, but the market is soft. So analyze and come in with the right price, which we did. You guys prepared it correctly, so it was really nice. Once we got everybody in, they wanted to buy it. And then negotiation was simple. It's like you got a bunch of contracts, start bidding, highest and best offer, no escalation clause, and boom, they popped it. Now,
I've been seeing it a lot more that buyers and sellers are trying to shake you down
Yeah.
for the commission. And you need to let them know that we're worth it because, if you give every single person $8,000 to get the deal done, I mean, it's just an expectation. I feel like if you do it one time.
let me just be very clear. If you're dealing with a realtor that's willing to negotiate their own commission, how good of a negotiator are they? They're not going to be able to negotiate a contract for you on your behalf. You're hiring one that does three things: analyze, market, and negotiate. You're dealing with the negotiator. And if I'm such a bad negotiator, I'm willing to give up $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 a deal. Well, what kind of a negotiator am I?
Mm-hmm.
You're hiring a crummy negotiator. So, there's a lot of money at stake. Now, let me just use the word this. Here's the word. The word is there's a standard. There's a standard you have to abide by. That is the highest and best standard in the industry. And unless you do that in analyzing, negotiating, and marketing, unless you're at that top standard that everybody wants to do what you do or be like you are, have the success you have, we abide by a certain standard. And that's just the way it is. And it doesn't change. And 9 out of 10 people adhere to our standards. But when you have somebody that wants to break the standards, we have them.
Of
We
course,
have
all the
people-
time. It's a
Yeah,
All the
people are
time.
like, some people will say, you're the professionals, we'll listen to you, do what you want to do. Then we can operate at a standard that we need to be. But when somebody thinks they're smarter, that 1 out of 10, and they start doing their own stuff, all hell breaks loose.
Yep.
And
Every
it's
time.
a disaster.
Every
We
time.
had two withdrawals out of probably 90 listings this year. Both of those people were smarter than we were, priced it wrong,
They
never got
fixed the
anything.
price. They said, oh no, my father-in-law says that this is it. And we're like, you're not even close. We listed 2 houses at the exact same time. They were each other's comps. One sold in 30 days. That first weekend,
Right.
we settled in 30 days or less, I think. That one, the other one sat on the market for 6 months. And I think it's because some of the sellers, you don't sell most of the time because you want to. So I think they sell because it's the money they need or the money that they want or think that they deserve. But the market doesn't care
that is
what
like
money you want.
my
or
favorite
what you
line.
deserve.
Of like, well, we
Like,
need
no one
this,
cares.
and I'm like, well,
That doesn't matter what you need.
That doesn't just because you put it on. Like, I need those Louboutins for $200.
And I will tell you this, that's the major problem with the builders of today, right? So over $2 million, under $3.5 million in Vienna, only 14% of all houses under contract. Now, 95% of our houses go under contract when they're supposed to go under contract. So what the heck is the difference? It's builders look at it and go, in order for me to get my profit, I need to sell for $2.5 million. Well, the house is worth $2.3 million, but we need $2.5 million. Well, then let it sit on the market for a year, have it go down, and then get your $2.3 million after you've lost $150,000 in carry costs. So the major problem, and let me tell you something about builders. Builders are tough guys. They negotiate with everything from carpenters to, they're tough guys, carpenters and concrete guys and flooring, drywall. That's all they do is negotiate with these guys. But so when they deal with a realtor, they're like, all right, this is the way we're going to do it. And they think they can do it the same way. Well, they can't. They can't. I mean, Billy is working with Seekus, and Billy is like, no, and very firm, proving prices, proving what it is, and their houses are selling like hotcakes. Now, if their house is selling like hotcakes now because they're priced right, and everybody else is at 14% under contract, then, there's a huge disconnect in the new homes industry, And I don't blame them. I mean, they're like, I got to have 2.5. Dude, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, just cutting into their profit.
Yeah.
It's 2.3.
Yeah.
And then he goes like this. He goes,
But that's not the
well,
buyer's problem. That it's, they're only going to pay, it's only
worth.
worth what they're willing to pay.
Right.
And so if they're not willing to pay that, then it's not worth it to begin with. So you might have put in extra money or you expect, whatever your profit margin is, but it's just not.
But, they look at it and go, it's not 2.5, it's 2.3. And they go, I can't lose $200,000. It's like you never had it in the first place.
Yeah, and you're not losing it. You're still losing
This
it.
is the value of the last 10 sales. Say that it's $2.3 million is not $2.5 million. So, it's a little frustrating. That's why we don't do a lot of new homes. I mean, I don't want to argue with builders all the time about where you should price your house because you're overpricing it. At least sellers listen to us. You know what I mean? And they start off in the conversation again. Always let them make their own decision. We can do this or we can do that. Which way you think you want to go? And they'll always choose the correct way. Always. If you say, well, and the perfect example is we'll go in and we'll say, I don't know which one to use with me, when the guy goes, we're not painting this house. We're not going to paint this house. And as soon as we were done, we were like, no, we don't have to paint this house. We don't have to paint. And it's like, well, if you put in $7,000, you could make $100,000, but we don't have to do that. And he's like, well, wait a minute, what?
It's about how you frame it.
He's picking paint with Kelly by the time we walk out the door. And when we walked in that door, and let me tell you something, I have pet peeves. I'm old, I'm grumpy.
Definitely grumpy.
Am I grumpy?
Definitely grumpy.
I'm very grumpy. I'm going to tell you why.
Yes.
Because
But
I've
Jamie
seen it
even
all
laughed.
and done it all, and I'm done, right? So we went into the house that we just sold.
Yeah.
They interviewed 3 or 4 other realtors before we came in. All the realtors said you don't need to fix this house up. Now, it hadn't been painted in 25 years, and the carpet was 25 years old, wasn't it? And the kitchen was, everything was dated, everything was
25 years
old.
old.
Don't get how someone can say that. Like,
all
it just
4 of them.
blows my mind.
And you know what? You would know 2 out of the 4 big names. And I'm like, how can somebody walk into this house and tell you don't need to put up, $10,000 worth of paint to increase the value $75,000 to $100,000? To me, it's
Too
shocking.
much work for them. They don't know what color to paint.
You're right.
They don't know what to do.
You're
Yeah.
right.
It gets
You're
the
right.
listing and keeps them happy.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. Thank God for you 3, because I'm of the, again, old and grumpy. I walk in there, go, shit, let's sell it. It's fine, no problem. And you guys all keep going. It's
well,
not
you've
fine.
learned now you've
I know,
learned.
I
But when
know,
we
I
first
know.
started trying to get you over, like, he would start being like, oh, this looks great. I'd be like, will you shut the hell up? It looks horrible.
Well, Kelly started one time, we walked out.
Never buy this.
We were in like some barn that was built in 1918 or 1800s, and it was a barn
Yeah.
in Oakton. And we walked out, and I was like, God, that was so cool. That was so cool. She goes, it had a purple wall. We're not going to sell a house with a purple wall. I'll never forget that, right? And so we had to go in and paint the whole damn house. And then
But
you guys.
paint's cheap, and
I
I
know,
think for
I
a
know.
lot of people, when something's 25 years old, that's
gotta
old.
go.
You should be updating your house every 5 years or so. So then when you are ready to sell, it's not pounding you in the face like, oh my gosh, well, we haven't done anything to this house. You know, I think a lot of people run into the fact they just live there. They don't
And a lot of
upkeep
time
it.
life just
and
gets
so
in the
it's
way and they
deferred
don't do it.
maintenance. And then when it comes down to it, you're like, oh, well, this needs to be fixed. It seems like a lot, but it's because you haven't done anything for.
But at
That's
the
other
same
thing.
time with paint, like if you haven't painted your house in 20 years, and let's say other people have painted their house every 5 years, it could be the wrong color, and
Yeah.
you're gonna have to paint it again. So paint, if you have shitty paint
that.
now, just keep it. If you don't care, and just call us before you list, and we'll tell you the right color to finally put on it. Because a lot of the times, what you're trying to get rid of too are scuff marks, are little
Yeah.
wear and tear. You don't want the house to look lived in. Because if I look at a house that I see, little Johnny's crayons on it, I don't want to live in that house. I want to live in a new house.
Even if it is current
So-
colors and the paint can be all chipped and messed
Yeah.
up over time anyway.
And the smell of like a new painted house,
Yeah,
it
it's a
just
new car
makes it
smell.
feel new
Yes.
and bright.
Same with carpet.
Gives you that
Same with
feeling.
carpet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally sat in there until I finally bought into what you guys were all talking about. I would sit in those listing appointments, so I'm looking around going, oh, please don't say we're going to paint this damn house. Please, please, please. I'm saying that, I was talking to the guy, and he's like, we just painted it. And we're definitely painting the house. I'm like, oh, no, don't tell him that.
It's because we want to do everything right from the
I
start
know.
for that. Because guess who doesn't want to paint the house? Buyers, and who also won't come through the door if they see a house that looks like shit online. They're not going to come see the house.
Again, I think we should adopt the word, it's a standard. You have to work at a certain standard, and anything less is not going to work. This is just the standard, and we can't go below that. So if you want top dollar, multiple contracts, no home inspections, no nightmares, we've got to hit that standard that we should be on. And let me just say this. How much money, let's say a person lives in a house for 25 years, and I'm catching you guys off guard with this. How much money would you say they would have to spend on that house annually? How much money do you spend annually on your home to keep it in good, updated condition?
Depends on how big the house is.
I
and
probably
what you-
spend.
5 to
I
10,
do a project every year, so I would say $5,000. Whether
my
it's
number.
the
5 to
board of
10.
batten that I add,
Right?
or
Yeah, 5 to 10,
I
for sure.
recently
Some update.
just changed out all the hardware. We just replaced our carpet with hardwood floor. I mean, that was more than that, but.
It's a little
But-
more than
but-
you
That
do.
more than, but
Kelly's like, my chicken coop. You have to build a whole chicken coop.
I did.
All
That
right?
was another like 10
Every single
grand.
one of them
Yeah.
need
I
their
don't
own
think you
bedrooms.
can count chicken coops. You can't
It's
count
definitely an improvement.
It's
But I'm
not
just
counting.
saying.
You can count it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking $5,000.
People love chicken coops out there.
So look at that house we just sold. They had not spent one nickel, not on paint, not on anything in that house. So over 25 years, $5,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a ton of money, man. It's $125,000 they haven't spent on that house. Well, there you go. Now we got to spend $30,000 to at least bring it up to some standards that we can
Yeah.
sell it at. And but I think that every seller, and we don't talk about this at listing appointments, but I think we should just say that if you haven't invested an average of $5,000 a year to update your house with a kitchen every 15 years and a bathroom every 15 years, if you're not averaging $5,000 a year, then you're behind the ball. You're behind the
And
and
buyers
if you're
are going
doing
to feel
more,
it too. They're going to think like, well, if this hasn't been updated, then what else isn't updated?
Right.
Like, what else is wrong?
Yeah.
That we're not seeing.
that's all. We
So.
just hit the cosmetics
And some of the stuff is very easy. Like, I go through the bathrooms and I'll add new caulk if it's like cracking or peeling or
deferred
new
maintenance.
paint, or I just make sure everything looks. I also get they need to make sure to power wash the outside once a year and have someone come wash your windows once a year.
Wash your car before people buy it. Man.
Yeah.
Clean it up a little bit.
And could you we see multiple before and after. We don't take enough pictures and we don't put them up enough, but they literally are mind blowing. All it was paint, hardware, the little things
And
that
the sellers
made, like,
always say, "I wish I'd done that too."
every single seller
wish I'd done
says,
that.
"I wish
Every
I'd done
seller.
that."
Every one of them.
Yeah.
What does it do? List it or love it? Love it or list it?
I mean,
You
I
know?
did have one seller with the normal
Maybe
paint
not
that we
everybody.
use every single time tell me
Just
that it was
about.
offensive. And
We had one. We
we
had
had
one
one of
person
those.
that had hurt her head. Oh, this is awful. Now her house was scheduled to sell for $1 million. But she hated it. She hated everything we did.
She hated it.
And we sold it for $115. And I'm like, I know you hated it, but it made you $150,000.
Well, the funny thing is, she was moving into a different community where they like one of the retirement communities.
Yeah.
So you buy a condo and then they fix it up before you move in. So the paint that they do it.
same
Like,
paint
you don't
that-
get to pick
yeah.
out the paint. You can do it after you move in, but they give you a blank slate to
Yeah.
move in. The lighting fixtures and the paint were the exact same paint and lighting
That she
fixtures that I
hated.
put in her house that she hated, because that's what's in. That is the blank slate that we're trying to create for people.
Yeah.
It's the classic gray or the Revere pewter.
And if they want to
It's-
come in and do some vibrant color, they can. But we don't want to choose it for them because
No one likes yellow.
no.
That's
No.
the color her house. Yellow and red.
Or like the Redskin colors. Billy and I went into one house, and it was just a guy. And by the way, guys should never be left alone without a woman. Just a guy, right? So the guy painted his house Redskin colors. And he goes, you give me one Redskin fan walks into this house, and this thing is sold. And I took my laptop, and I closed it and said, dude, you better find a wife, and walked out. Because he's out of control. He wanted a premium price because he painted Redskin colors. But if we could make $100,000 on a $10,000 investment, we might want to think about it.
Well, the other thing too is that we can just defer payment.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody has to come out of pocket for this stuff. So
Yeah.
why wouldn't we do it?
Yeah.
That's the best thing about it. It's like you're not even paying for it. It's literally just going to come out of the profit
it
that
is
you're going to make
free money.
from getting this done.
But the thing about it, Colby, that not everybody's set up for that. First of all, let me make everything clear. Again, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Mr. Grumpy Pants coming back
Mr.
out.
Grumpy Pants. Let's go.
The reason why
Grumpy.
realtors tell you not to fix up their house is because they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it.
It's a lot
They
of
don't
work.
give a
It is
shit.
a lot.
I don't like to play general
It's-
contractor.
No.
You hate it. You hate it.
Everybody
You
hates
guys
it.
are
Awful.
always bitching about having to deal with all this, but that's the standard that houses need to be at. I may be grumpy because I may, or maybe I've just seen too much. I've seen realtors rip off sellers by not fixing up their house and getting them to a standard where they get top dollar. And yes, over time you get grumpy.
Well, it's funny
there it
because
is.
you're grumpy,
It's been
but like
explained.
if sellers are looking at it from a realtor's perspective, we have to sometimes be like, what he means to say. Because you'll get mad. We'll go to these conferences or whatnot, and all they're talking about is how to get more leads, how to use open houses to get more leads, and I could see your head, and I'm like, calm down, take a breath, take a sip of water, because he's like, why aren't we talking about how to price right?
They don't
Market
care.
strategy, do this, how do we sell the house? They're not talking about how to sell the house. So you get so mad because you like to do it right for our clients. We all like to do it right. They like to worry
Get more
about
leads.
how they're going to get more leads.
I'm just telling you, they don't care about how to price houses. They don't care about how to fix up houses. They don't care how to negotiate contracts.
When we saw that ad for those girls being like,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
I'm going to price the house. Done. I thought his head was going to fucking blow off. Can you
I
believe
didn't see
this
this
shit?
ad.
They got a commercial where the girl goes, "Oh, I'll price a house. Done." What?
I heard about it for just, oh, it was so funny.
I got it. I don't know. I gotta calm down.
Keep your blood pressure.
But
down.
we
Yeah,
do.
just
We go to
take a
conferences.
breathe.
We want to learn something. Somebody teach me something. What's a better way to price or a better way to negotiate, a better way to market? Teach me something. You know how you get leads, more leads? You get HIAP or whatever it is.
HI, you mean
And
AI?
AI. And you get more leads and blah, blah, blah. This is how you market an AI to get more leads and all that stuff. Like,
HP.
does anybody know how to sell a house? Anybody in the room, please. So the real estate educational industry is moving towards how do I get more leads, not how do I sell a freaking house. They couldn't price. Oh, jeez.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's.
This is where it gets a little.
Cut. I tell you,
that's so
of course I'm grumpy.
Oh,
You
yeah,
would be
that's funny.
grumpy too. Well, the neighbors are like that. The neighbors are all. They go to their neighbors. They're worse than the father-in-law, by the way.
Yeah.
The neighbors are wanting you to pump the price up. I think you should get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5. They don't analyze the market. They don't know price per square foot. They don't know percentage of assessment. They don't know whether the market's going up or down or inventory or buyer pool. They don't know shit. But they're going to tell you you need to overprice your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And that, again, they get bid up with no. Real estate is the problem is, it's just like coaching football, and Justin knows this. You are cursed and blessed because you've seen it before and you know how the movie's going to end. I've already seen this. When you do that, I know how it's going to end. And when you do this, I know how it's going to end. So when you do poorly and you go below the standards, you're just going to wish like hell you never did that. So I've already seen the
That's why
damage.
you're grumpy,
that
though.
can-
It's not grumpy. You just know. And they're like, well, why don't we do this? It's like, oh, jeez.
Listen, I'm trying. I'm trying not to be grumpy. I swear to God, I'm such a nice guy.
He's like, well, why don't I
30
just
years
go
ago-
walk into traffic? Is that what you
30 years ago, I was a sweetheart. I was funny. I made people laugh all the time.
And then he had me and Kelly as daughters. That was the first problem.
And so it stems back right around 30-some years?
Yeah.
Is that-
Just like it was 38
Wait a
years
minute.
ago.
I
where
could
it really
track down
started
my
to-
happiness.
Yeah.
Where did my joy go? Oh, you two. When did you show up?
I don't know. She's
I
older
was,
than me.
Right around 88.
I was a happy, friendly guy, and all hell broke loose. Jesus Christmas.
Oh, man.
But anyways, I'm just saying, I'm grumpy for a reason because the curse is you've seen the failures and you know how this is going to end. And when people do that, you get angry because it's like I know you're walking into a trap, you know. And I don't know, maybe it's time for me to get the hell out of here. Well,
haven't
first of
decided
all,
yet.
the coolest thing, for those of you that haven't been to Vienna, the Vienna parade, Halloween parade, is
Awesome.
by far the best thing going in town.
I know. We have to every year.
What are we?
Because I don't know yet.
I'm
What are you?
Morticia.
Oh.
Adam's
Yep.
family.
Carol wanted me to be Lurch.
Yeah, you should be. The grumpy guy who sits there.
So you will be dressing
Anytime-
up this year.
I would put on a cowboy hat for anything, anytime with my cowboy
Yeah,
boots.
that wasn't even him
I
dressing
wasn't
up.
dressed
He
up.
just-
He
I was
just came
just-
home from Montana.
I got an opportunity to wear my cowboy.
Wasn't even a holiday.
No.
Literally.
He's
Oh,
just
you
done some
need it.
traveling.
I don't
that's
need
all.
Halloween for that. I'll put that
He's
sucker
just
on.
waiting to wear his cowboy boots, his cowboy. I don't know.
But I think Lurch is
Imagine
perfect.
that. Imagine that. You know, you're the loving father of a family that goes, "Well, Lurch would be perfect for you." I'm like,
Well-
oh God.
Or wait, is it Herman Munster? He's kind of happy.
He's happy.
kinda
He's happy.
That's
He's
a,
very
that's
happy.
a nice compromise.
You know?
Herman, and he does have the bolts on the
Monster.
side, so
Yeah.
I've already got the stiff neck for it.
Actually, that's
So-
perfect. You should.
Yeah.
You gotta be green
Oh,
though.
put some bolts on,
Yeah.
and then get bigger forehead. Oh, that's great. So my choices are Lurch and Frankenstein. That's a
No,
great
it's good.
time.
People dress up. Some people do. Some people don't. But there's a ton. I mean, it's a long parade. It goes
It's
on.
like
It's
like
huge.
an hour and a half. Or
So-
it's a long.
And we'd like to
hour.
see
Kids
people.
love it.
You can either find me
Kids
as
love it.
Lurch or as Herman Munster, one of the other.
You'll be
All right,
because I get.
so we need to go to that new Japanese restaurant in Taisi. You haven't been there yet?
No.
You've
The
heard about it,
Speakeasy.
right?
Hey, guess what? There was something that just happened, like a
birthday?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's what I can
Maybe
do.
Go do
we
that.
could go
Yeah.
to the Japanese
Okay, I'll take a
restaurant.
Japanese
Is it
restaurant.
a Japanese steakhouse or like do you sit around the table or you just
No,
sit?
it's like a
just
speak.
Uh,
It's a
Speakeasy.
speakeasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
and it looked cooler.
You have to
Japanese
go through the
speakeasy
steam
restaurant.
room in the gym. That's how you get there.
What?
There's a door in the
I'm
back of the
sorry.
steam room. Yeah.
In the gym.
in
So
the gym.
wait,
Like,
wouldn't
the
that,
whole
like,
gym-
mess up
Wearing,
your
a
makeup and
towel
stuff?
going in there? Like,
I don't think
what?
you have to turn it on, but that's
No,
where you go
it's
through.
just a motif.
You don't have to have the steam.
You don't go in the
I
steam
immediately
room.
was like, well, then
and
what
take
would
a
happen if
Or
I
soak.
you
take
would like
in
that her
hair.
hair's blowing and she's like, make sure there's a camera when I come out the store.
Yeah, right. You'd be like sweaty and be like, I'll have the pot stickers, please.
Let's do that for your birthday. Let's go to the Japanese restaurant.
Yep.
There you go, speakeasy.
So let's go through the
And
steam room.
Where do you go? To a steam room?
Steam room, back door there, and you go right in.
You
You
don't
don't have
go
to
to
have
the
the
back
steam
door.
on.
Huh?
The back door in the steam room.
All right.
Cut.
I think this thing is going up the
Colby's
rails.
birthday.
I never realized you girls had minds like that. To think of that stuff.
You, what do you mean that
Come
we have
on.
minds like that? You're our dad. You don't remind me of the refrigerator joke. I'm not going to say
Cody,
it.
or not when I say Cody, probably because I'm always yelling
You're like,
at
where'd
Cody.
you, why are
Morgan.
you like the way you are? I'm like, I don't know. Why am I the
Mom,
way that I am?
I swear to God, though, I'll go, Morgan is obsessed with you, driving me crazy with it, driving me crazy. Yes, she's your daughter. Exactly. She's exactly
So
your
wait,
daughter.
you were
So
talking shit about
Yeah.
me?
Yes. Hey, I'm sensitive about people talking shit
It's
about
like,
me
it's so
too.
funny. I tell Mom,
I
Morgan,
tell Mom, Morgan
is
drive me
really
crazy.
pissing me off. Turns out I piss Mom off too. So we're alike. I'm like, let's rewind. She just say
All right, I got to roll.
it was fun.
I gotta take
Yep.
Jamie to the
Hey,
hospital.
Yeah, Jamie needs to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Kelly, how many
Take
of
her
those
pizza
have you
hospital.
had?
Holy shit.
All right,
See you in a couple weeks.
See you in a couple weeks. Bye.
Goodbye.
That'll work.
You can cut it.
Jeez,
this.
leave the old man on the cutting room floor. Holy shit.
All right, let's move the waters to the. I'll take one.
You're not gonna get it in that hand.
Oh my God, what happened?
Jamie, oh my God.
God.
Look,
Looks
all right.
like a
Can
plastic-
someone zoom in on this though?
What
Get that on
happened?
camera. Look at.
He's allergic to bees.
Turns out he is allergic to
Oh my God,
bees.
it's crazy. It's
Oh
like I have a latex.
You
my.
look.
He
Yeah.
went to the Renaissance
stung by a
Festival
bee
and
and
got stung by a bee yesterday.
He's
Oh my God,
allergic
you
to
need to go to
fur.
like the doctor.
You need to get some Benadryl.
Yes, that
you need
is
to take
not-
Benadryl.
That's not normal?
No.
Jamie,
Dude,
it
it's
looks
gonna get
like your
worse?
hand.
Yes.
Go to the doctor.
Oh my God,
Take
you
Benadryl
have to
first.
go.
Has
You're
it gotten
allergic.
better?
It's been 24 hours.
Holy shit, that's so bad.
That's nasty.
My friend had that happen. It kept getting worse and worse, and turns out she's allergic. Now she has to carry an EpiPen with her. Go to the doctor.
What?
Yes, go to the doctor.
I mean, you're
Once you
definitely
leave
allergic.
here-
I
That's
mean,
not
yeah,
normal.
Jamie,
But
you
the
should.
stranger?
Yeah, that's a great one for the stranger. It's perfect. Yeah. Can't feel a thing.
All right. We're like, you should go to the doctor, but maybe in like 15 after we're done.
Yeah,
right?
probably. As soon as we're done, as soon as you've
Then you
edited
can go to
this
the doctor.
version,
But
then go to the
just-
doctor.
Maybe I will.
Our
Yeah,
editor
that's-
just lost a left hand.
That's
It's
definitely
gonna take
infected.
twice as long.
Oh my